Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is another story time video. I got gender neutral bathrooms for the college that I went to, known as Bratchett University. Yeah, I definitely have a few video story times of that place, and I just thought, like, why not add on another story time of that place? Trifling. So, and in the story time, I'm gonna tell you, y'all gonna know why it was trifling. So, yeah, so before we get started into this story time video, excuse me, I don't have any makeup on or anything like that, but, I'm gonna go natural today, stuff like that. Okay, so, but before we get started into the story time video, let's, don't forget to hit the big like button, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help y'all grow out. Okay, so let's get started into the video. So, once upon a time, I was going to Ratchet University, and basically what happened, so I was in that in-between stage, so, like, people didn't know if I was a boy or a girl. Definitely did not like that part of transitioning, but, everyone, I'm pretty sure everyone goes through that. So, if I got through it, you can get through it. Basically, I was in the, sometimes I would go into the girls' bathroom, and then sometimes I would go into the boys' bathroom, depending if there was, like, a lot of girls in there, and if I felt like I looked a little masculine or whatever, I wouldn't go in there. So this time, I chose to go into the boys' bathroom, to go do my business or whatever in the stall. So basically, but there was, like, nobody in there at the time. So basically, I was in there, and right next to the college that I went to, there was a jail. So there's people that, there was, like, a lot of, like, parolees and a lot of, like, ex-cons and stuff like that that went to my college. And yeah, and a lot of the I don't want to say it was a jail. It wasn't a prison or anything like that, but the people, so the people that get discharged from the jail or whatever, they would literally walk to the college to get on the bus, and they know they're not supposed to be over there. They have their own bus system or whatever. And I'm not discriminating against them, or whatever, but a lot of them, have drama, and they bring that drama over to the college. And I had a friend that experienced something like crazy. So, that's why I tend to kind of just, stay away and, stuff like that. So basically, I was in the boys' bathroom, and I was trying to hurry up, and I did my business. And right when I was about to leave, 3 big old dudes come up in there. I mean, big old guys. And they had backpacks and stuff, so I think they went to the college. I don't know. I've never seen them before. And y'all knew I worked there, and I went to college there, or I took classes there, and I was there from, like, 7 a.m. all the way to 6 in the afternoon. So, yeah, and I've never seen these people ever. So, they probably took night classes. I don't know, but, So, next thing I go, they were like, what the... So, the 3 guys that come in there, usually when guys are, like, in a pack, that's when they want to act stupid and say some stupid stuff. But when it's just them by themselves, they keep their mouth shut and they don't say anything. And I find that really funny and hilarious. So, yeah, I've noticed that all throughout high school, middle school, like, when a group of guys get together, they want to hee-haw and want to pick on somebody. But when they're by themselves, I'll be right there, and then they don't want to post up. So, they want to do this. But then when they by themselves, they don't want to post that. So, yeah. So basically, right when I'm about to leave, 3 big old guys come in there. One of them was all like, what the F? It was like, is that a boy or a girl? And then they was like, nah, that's a homie. And then they said, homie suck my D-I-C-K. And all I know is I was really uncomfortable. I was really, like, scared. It was pretty traumatic for me because I really didn't know. Because, I see myself as a woman and, stuff like that. They may not have seen the outer shell, but on the inside, how I look on the outside, I reflect enough from the inside how I look on the outside now. So, I was really, like, scared. I was really uncomfortable. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen to me. Also, too, I really didn't even feel safe going to that college because the campus police there were transphobic. And one of them was okay because I was friends with the older lady and he had a crush on her. So he had to be nice to me if he wanted to be with that lady. So, but the other one, very transphobic, very rude. It's just, I have a lot of story times on him. So, I don't know what the hell was gonna happen to me. I just hurried up and walked out. I wasn't gonna hurry up and like ski skirt, like run out or whatever like that, because ain't nobody finna have me running like that. But I did, looked at them, stared at them, and then I threw away the paper towel in the trash, and then I just walked out. But literally, I was just looking in the corner of my eye, like in my head, I was like, oh my God, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't do nothing to me. But outside wise, I didn't want to show them that. And I didn't know if that was gonna like, how do you say, like, anticipate them to act more of a certain way? I don't know. Like, so it was very clear I wasn't welcomed in the bathroom. I was sexually harassed. So, basically, I ended up calling, like, my guy friend about it. And to be honest, I didn't even go report it. I didn't even tell. None of that. I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt embarrassed. I felt like, well, that's your problem. Like, this sounds like a PP personal problem, you know? And already I wasn't even being supported anyways at the college that I went to for being transgender. So I just felt like this was going to add on to another thing. And I think they just probably would have just blew it off again. So I didn't even report it. But I called like one of my guy friends about it. Guy that I had a crush on. I was just telling him about it. And then he was just like, well, are you with your friends now? I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, well, you'll be fine. So I was like, okay. And I just remember I was really upset. I was mad. I was like, I cannot believe 3 big old guys talked to me like that, and I let them talk to me like that. I never reported it, none of that. So I want to say at the end of the school year, or at the end of the school year, at the end of the semester, I was really cool with like the college president or whatever, and then like the vice president and stuff like that. Like, they were just completely dedicated to the college, you know? So, basically they were like tutors and stuff like that, because they were all science majors. So they were tutors, and, that's how I got to know them and stuff. And then, I was in the MESA program, so that's how I met them. So they basically pulled me aside. They're like, hey, like, Goddess Serenity. They were like, hey, you know, we have a school board meeting, and I was part of like the LGBT like committee and stuff like that. So whenever there was like, they did like transgender like documentaries and stuff on like LGBT meetings during like lunch period or whatever like that, the college, like usually around like, I think it was like from 12 to 1, like no one had class. So you know, in the ethnics room, they would do like a little transgender documentary thing for the LGBT people, stuff like that, to spread awareness. And so, of course, like, I was the only outed one there at the college. I was there, and so many people were there like, oh my God, like, Goddess Serenity, you know, sit next to me, me. And, you know, I was just like, okay. So I was there. So also, too, there was also like, if there was like any issues and stuff like that, there would also be like, you know, concerns, and like you can like write or like say like, hey, I do have a concern. I'm, you know, also too, it was like a support group thing too. So like I did go to that. I just said like, hey, like there needs to be gender neutral bathrooms here. And so everyone agreed. Everyone was like, yeah. So like every time there was like a LGBT like meeting thing, it was like, I think it was like once a month. I would literally like say that every time. I said it probably like 3-4 times, like, in the course of a semester. And so, yeah, so finally I got pulled to the side. The college president, we're gonna call him Michael. So Michael was like, hey, you know, the school is getting a grant and getting money. And so we really want to use this money to get gender neutral bathrooms at the college. And we think you would be a good candidate to come with us to the school board and to voice that, you know, and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my God, yeah, like for my people, I will fight for my people. I fight for my rights and my people's rights. Like, yes, like I'm down. So, basically I ended up going, so my biology teacher, so on the morning, so it was like 8 in the morning, I had to be there. And so it was in a conference room, and, in this conference room, I had never been in that room before. I've been like everywhere at that college, but I was like, oh, this is a new room. I've never been here. So it was a conference room, and then it had a big old white screen with a video camera. And what was I gonna say? So yeah, so it was basically a school board. It was literally like, it looked like a courtroom with like a bunch of like, it was like 4 old people, and That's what it looked like. No shade to the old people, but it was like 4 like people like at a, it looked like, you know, where the judge sits, but it was like room for like 4 people. So basically Michael was sitting here saying like, yes, I'm the college president, you know. You know, I think he was graduating that semester. So I think he was like going to the school board to let them know like who was going to take over for or for president, and then vice president, and then treasurer, and like, you know, stuff like that. So at the college. And then basically they also, so you know, so the people that was there was the class president. My biology teacher was there. So I think he was like supervising like the, you know, the meeting and stuff like that. And then the vice president was there too. And then it was funny because he actually ended up asking me out on a date and stuff like that, which was like crazy. That should be another story time for that. So, basically, yeah, so I was there, and then, basically it was time for the LGBT thing that they wanted. So they basically, the class president was like, hey, can we use the money to get, you know, stuff for the LGBT community? And so, of course, you know, the woman, it was like probably like 3 males on the school board, and then it was 1 woman. The one woman was really nice to me. But when the men were like trying to talk to me, they were kind of like rude because they didn't know if I was a boy or a girl. And it was just like really like awkward. And he was just like, he was saying hi to everyone, but to me, he was just like, hi. And I was like, hi, yes, I am a human being. Yes, I talk. So I was like, hi, yeah, my name is Goddess Serenity. You know, basically, I told them the situation. So basically what I just told you guys is what I told them. And y'all, I was really shaking. I was really nervous because at that time I was really learning to find my voice. You know, I was already insecure because I didn't look female at the time, you know, and I didn't get perceived as a biological woman. So, you know, that took a lot of courage and bravery and all of that. I was in a room with all males, and I was at that time, I was very uncomfortable around men. Because I was always treated horribly when I was going through my transition. And I'm not trying to make this sound like, oh my God, we're so sorry. Like, no, you know, I'm not doing that. But I'm just letting y'all know, like, how I was feeling and, like, what the emotions I went through. And, you know, maybe if y'all went through something similar, you know, and just voicing what I went through. So y'all, you know, so that way, like, it's normal, for, you know, if y'all are like, is this normal what I'm going through? You know, stuff like that. So I said, hi, my name is Goddess Serenity. You know, I had an incident, you know, in the bathroom where it was like 3 big old guys that came in there, and, you know, one of them told me to suck their DICK. And, you know, my biology teacher's, his eyes was like, what? And then, you know, and I just basically told him, like, you know, I'm graduating from this college next semester. And, you know, I feel, you know, I would hold my urine. At the end of the day, I was sometimes even get in my car. If I really had to go, I would go to my car and drive to Target to use the family bathroom so I could use the bathroom. You know, also too, students get, you know, UTIs from holding it in. And, also too, I said, you know, I feel like there's going to be more people like me when I leave this college. And I think it's very important that we get a gender neutral bathroom. So that way, like, you know, there's equality. People feel safe and comfortable here. Also too, people with families, you know, maybe they can use the gender neutral bathroom to change like their baby, you know, because there's people that bring their kids onto campus, you know. So, you know, I definitely bring that up. And also too, me going through that, they immediately was like, they were like, yes. And, you know, they apologized. They're like, we're so sorry you went through that. And they're like, yes, we will definitely look into this and trying to get this, you know, where you're comfortable and other people and stuff like that. So it took about probably like 1 semester. It always take, you know how these things go, they be taking forever to, you know, process and stuff like that. But they did get a gender neutral bathroom, and they didn't make one. They literally just still was like, I think it was like a staff's bathroom where you had to have like, you had to be a staff and like you had to work at the college to have a key to get in there. So they immediately just made that into like a gender neutral bathroom. It was like 1 bathroom and throughout the whole campus. But hey, I mean, at least it was a start, you know. And also too, when I worked at the kiosk, there was this one idiot where he would just call me a he, and you know, stuff like that. And that was like later on in my transition, so I was already, you know, getting hit on, flirted with, and like I was past that in between stage, so I was being perceived as a biological woman. So this guy kept calling me he, the guy that worked there. He was just so rude, and like he would call me a he. I had a boyfriend at the time, and he was like crazy. So he was like, one time he called the school because he was sending me flowers, and then like he answered the phone. We're gonna call him Gary. So Gary was like, oh yeah, you mean him? He was like, no, her. Is she working today? You know, because he wanted to surprise me with flowers and stuff like that. And then he came up to the college. And actually I wasn't even there that day. So he came to the college and then was like, yeah, is she here? And he was like, oh, he's not here. And then he literally stopped him right there. He was like, Goddess Serenity is a girl. She's a woman. She's a she. And then, yeah, he got talked to many times, but he just kept calling me he, y'all. And you know what? That gender neutral bathroom, he literally would just use that bathroom. He would use that bathroom, you guys, and I would just be like, y'all probably like, girl, get over it. But because I went to the school board and like you know, then every meeting, LGBT meeting, I was like asking for a gender neutral bathroom. And then you got this idiot, this trifling ass idiot using that bathroom. Like, that, like, really irked me. And honestly, I couldn't say anything because I had to remain professional, but I just looked at him like the decency. I would never been so disgusted with someone ever. But definitely though, that is, but long story short though, I did get gender neutral bathrooms on campus. I wish they would have made it like a statue of me when I graduated that college, because I really feel like I made an impression and I made a dent in that, you know, in the LGBT community, especially for transgender people like myself. I'm just saying, I know y'all probably like, oh, this girl is narcissistic. No, I'm not narcissistic. I'm just, you know, just trying to be funny, but a little serious too, just saying. Yeah, we got gender neutral bathrooms on campus, and, you know, I don't really know how that college is doing now, since, you know, I'm not there anymore, so, but definitely, it just goes to show you, like, if you really put in the work, you know, even though it may take time or whatever, like, anything is possible, you know, and, definitely don't give up, you know, and just keep pushing and keep being yourself and love yourself, and, you know, I love you guys, and I will definitely, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. So, that is definitely my story time of gender neutral bathrooms with a little bit of drama, but you know, there's always gotta be drama. Like, anytime there's a story time, y'all know there's gotta, even though it's maybe a positive ending and stuff like that, there's always some drama in it. So, I love you guys, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical.